In this video, you'll learn the triangle exterior angle theorem. The exterior angle theorem states that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. So if you look at our diagram, this is the exterior angle. It's on the outside of the triangle. And the remote part means the two that are not attached to the exterior angle. So remote angles, exterior angle. The equation looks like the exterior angle, the measure of angle 1, equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. We're going to prove the exterior angle theorem. So we start with our given statement, triangle ABC with exterior angle BCD. Our first reason is always given. And then remember how we start proofs is we look at our diagram and we think about things that we already know to be true. So for example, I know that the interior angles of a triangle add up to be 180 degrees. So the statement I'm going to start with is the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 equals 180 degrees. And again, we know that because of the triangle angle sum theorem. Again, going back to my diagram and looking for information we already know to be true, I know that angle 1 and angle 4 form a straight line, and so that means they also add up to be 180 degrees. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 4 equals 180 degrees. And remember, angles that are adjacent and supplementary we call a linear pair. Linear means line, they form a line together. So those are a linear pair. Now, if I look at my diagram, I've really used up all the information I know. So I have to start looking for something else. And what I'm seeing is I have these statements that are both equal to 180. If you recall the transitive property, it goes something like this. So it says if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. If I apply that to these statements I've written out, here's A, here's B, here's C, and so my very last statement should be A equals C, so it would look like this. The measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 plus the measure of angle 4 equals the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 4. And let me highlight so you can kind of see that. Okay, so again, that's the transitive property. And it's a property of equality because we have an equal sign. Then if you focus on what they want us to prove, we are really close to proving this statement. We're just going to have 2 more steps. So if you look at ours, we have 1 and then 2 and 3. So if I look, I have 1, 2, and 3. Notice on each side, I have this additional plus the measure of angle 4. If I wanted to get rid of something on both sides, I could subtract the measure of angle 4 and those would cancel out. So that would be subtraction, property of equality. Then very last step, if you notice, the proof and what I have written are switched. They're in the incorrect order. So if I just want to switch places, remember we call that the symmetric property. And now we have proved that the exterior angle of a triangle is the sum of the remote angles. Now to do a couple examples with this information. So again, remember the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the remote angles. So I'm going to take these two remote angles, 80 plus 81. That's going to equal the measure of angle 1. So the measure of angle 1 is 161 degrees. Again, on the next one, the two remote angles add up to be the exterior angle. So I would have the measure of angle 2 plus 59 equals 124. And I can solve by subtracting 59 from both sides. So the measure of angle 2 equals 65.